Good morning. Sorry. Good morning, everybody. All right. Today day it is 3, and then I feel like today I want to do more. I know you guys know that I want to do a little bit more exercise when I want to do more, but today I got part time. So in the sense that today I'll be just doing as much as I can, and in a way, let's just say that I'll be doing just 200 calorie burn and that's all, and I will stop it and then I will do other stuff because I have my real life commitment. So for now, let's just see how much I can do and faster finish out the whole exercise. Let's go. Let's see. This is go at this pace. Not annoying. Okay, let's have.
Keep your posture straight. And here we go. Alternate bringing your knees up to touch the ring con. Try to raise your knees upward rather than out. Last time. All right, good. Next is the heel lift stretch. Bring the insides of your ankles up toward the ring
I feel like
con.
my bones are cracking out though. Even though I'm doing
Focus on
exercising for
keeping your knees out.
days. Today is day 83.
Last time. All right, good. Next is the back straightening stretch. Take a big step forward and drop your hips. Breathe in as you extend your leg. Breathe out as you pull it back. You should be able to feel your back muscles stretching. Let's do one more of each. Yes, just like that. Finally, spread your feet. Raise the ring con above your head and lean to the side. Face forward without letting your head drop. Try not to bounce during this stretch. Let's do one more of each. Great job.
Mention something can take a lot out of you, but you also can feel good. Don't focus on how many reps you can do in a single session. And I just gonna do 200 calorie burn down, but I'll try to do as much squat as I can. Alright, extra fitness 269, level 269. We do the top one first. Okay.
Come on, let's run. You can speed up by pressing me against yourself quickly. Yes, nice. Oh.
your net then. Forward, you know.
Turn. 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 Turn.
I'm just only starting to exercise on me though.
Turn. 10 more. Turn.
More during the morning exercise before I go for my part-time afterwards.
5 more. Turn. 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 Flawless. Apple.
Ikiratanda. Naruhodo no. Why are you in your sub account?
Squeezing.
And they just kidding, it's alright. So do you not sleep well in the morning? I thought you might have the how do you call it? Sleep well in the morning or something. Alright, Kyo-san, Konami. You might like good morning, do you sleep well?
Shake your hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Good. Move while focusing on your waist muscles. 1, good. 1, 2. Halfway there. 1, good. 1, 2, 1, 2. 20 more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 10 more. 2, 1. 5 more. Good. Excellent. Good.
You didn't sleep well last night. If you didn't sleep enough, you should go and sleep.
Twist your arms. 1, 2, 1.
You should take a short nap then. You shouldn't be go and take a short nap before you, I believe it's all your duty later on, right?
Reaching up. 1, 2, 1.
You need to go for your duty later on. You need a lot of energy, you know. So it's important you rest out your body.
1, 2, 1. Good. 1, 2. 10 more. 2, 1. 5 more. 2. Perfect.
Still didn't take it out. Oh my goodness.
You should feel it in your stomach when you breathe out.
Okay, go and take your nappy then. Go into your nap mode. Go, go, go.
Got this.
Go, 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 go.
Back press.
You need to take your nap. And then I need to do my exercise as soon as possible. And then I will go for my party time.
Yes! Yes! Nice! Okay. Fantastic. Amazing. Good job. Fantastic. Neat. Fine work. Great hustle. Keep it up.
Alright. Let's faster continue. We're in for 200 calorie burn.
Ooh. You can get more power from a squat by bending your knees a little more. But don't extend them past your toes.
Oh.
Yay! Okay, good.
Oh.
Oh, Select a skill and attack. Overhead arm spin. Rotate the Rincon around. Turn. 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 Rotate with your arms extended. Turn. 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 Halfway there. Turn. 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 20 more. Turn. 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 10 more. Turn. 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 5 more. Turn. 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 Perfect. Enemies disoriented.
Oh.
Now's our chance. Push and pull rush. Be sure to keep your upper
Hello
back
there,
straight.
son. Good morning. Or actually, more like, how's your day? You happy in a while?
Excellent.
80,
Applause.
today is day
You
83.
should feel it in your
I have
stomach.
not been stopping one day of exercise, you know. Also, I almost forgot to say, since you are here, I think I still remember when you were at when I was playing Poppy Playtime Chapter 1, right?
Lucky break. Select a skill.
You were there, right?
Overhead.
Because I'll be playing Chapter 2 this Sunday.
Shake your hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Good.
I'll be playing Chapter 2 this Sunday.
1, good. 1.
And this time around, I got my heart rate meter. Yeah, Chapter 2 was out already, and it was out actually on my birthday. It was out on my birthday, and I don't even dare to talk about the topic until like the next 2 days. So I'll be playing the game. I'll be playing the game on Sunday. And this time around, I got a heart rate meter. I actually got a heart rate meter for it, so that everyone will be able to see my heart rate jumping out and down now.
I was afraid of this. Quick, let's hurry out of here.
Imagine everyone looking at me screaming at the monster or running from the monster or getting panic. And even if I don't have panic, my heartbeat rate will be telling me everything.
Right on. Drop your hips.
I haven't even do the moment where I have to do something like this. I still remember. I even create out the moment when I was screaming. The only thing is that I had only seen a few pictures of how people play Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, but I had not seen what the hell the game will be like though. And one of my friends who played it told me it's way harder than Chapter 1, and I was like, oh dear. Because he told me that Chapter 1 is where you do the puzzle, you feel the puzzle, you don't die. But in Chapter 2, you feel the puzzle, you die. And I was like, what? You mean that no matter what, I would just die, right? And he said yes, and I was like, oh dear. I don't even want to So basically, I'll be dying a lot in chapter 2, and last time when I played chapter 2, it took me like 4 hours to complete it, and this time around, I'm going to play Poppy Playtime chapter 2. I feel like it will be take the whole night, for goodness sake. Yeah, I know you're gonna enjoy it, but not me. And this time around, a lot of people are requesting me to play that. That's the reason why I was like, why? 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 But seriously, I'm gonna do the mean thing. Why?
Higher by bending your knees more.
Like, why? And yeah, I'm playing the game. Oh my goodness. So this time around, I set at 9 PM, so it should be morning at your side. 9 PM Japan timing, so I think, yeah, I think it should be at morning at your area, right? If I'm not wrong. Although I have no idea what was the timing again. The only thing that I need to buy is make sure I need to buy some chocolate. Maybe I need to buy some German chocolate then. I need to go and get some German chocolate just for the sake of my sanity. It's pretty early. I'm planning on cooking more. I did one curry cooking recently. Hopefully I'll do a bit more then. But what kind of cooking should I make though? I mean, I did one cheesecake. I even did one curry. Or maybe yakisoba. But yakisoba is simple though. I don't mind cooking yakisoba though. Yakisoba sounds good. Then I guess I'll make with yakisoba then. I can plan one. The only thing is that because I got a heart rate meter like I mentioned earlier, right? Actually, I got one idea on doing it. I think I will not talk about it on YouTube, although even though I'm not supposed to talk about it on YouTube. So basically what I'm doing is that since I got the heart rate meter, I need to see whether you know in Japanese they say the toki toki. The word toki toki, where your heartbeat will jump out at something you find interesting or excited. Are there any traditional Japanese dish I like? Yeah, soba. I'll definitely say it's soba.
Overhead arm twist.
Because I mean like
Your arm. 1, 2, 1.
yakisoba and soba is different noodles though.
1, 2, 1. Good.
Yakisoba is using a normal noodle, while soba is basically the one that you have to. Most Japanese people are really cold or hot though. In a soup or in a cook. Yes, that is true. That is correct. It's buckwheat noodle. Although I haven't seen people really use buckwheat noodle as a yakisoba though. Even though the word yakisoba is based off the soba name. Yep. That they did it in most likely we call it the sauce, but even though you call it a sauce, it's more like a mixture of soya sauce with a bit of dashi.
You can jump a little higher by bending your knees more.
And it's kind of, it's not really a soup to be honest. It's more like a dip where you can choose not to drink. You can choose not to drink it anyway. But it's actually, the taste is actually a bit of sweet, a bit of sweet and a bit of the saltiness of a soya sauce. I can't remember what's the name of it. I can't remember that there's a right term for it. But definitely you can call it a dashi. There's dashi on it, which is basically kombu and Japanese seaweed as well as the fish flake. So
So basically, if you dashi to make a dashi, you just put water, some salt, a bit of the dashi, the fat, as well as the seaweed, and you became a dashi. But the combo, you have to use combo. You can't use a normal nori. A nori is meant for eating. Combo is more for making a soup. And it's actually very easy because once you're able to make that, you can use that for many dishes in Japanese. So there is no real way to make it because I mean everyone got their own preference of making their own dashi. But dashi tend to be a very not too water clear, but at least a clear soup looking thing where you can drink it on its own. Actually, it's alright to drink the soup on its own, but at the same time, it's more for using as a dish. So you can normally I would call it a Japanese style of broth. Technically, it's something what we call like a seafood broth. The Japanese seafood broth, which normally what we use it like chicken broth or beef broth, that kind of situation. So there are many ways for you to use the broth, and sometimes even ramen do use them. Some people who prefer like soyu ramen, instead of using the tonkatsu, they normally use the dashi instead. Because it tastes a bit of there is a seaweed as well as there is the dashi. So in a sense, it's something near to seaweed broth already. It's just that unless you want it to be more tastier, you can add shrimp, the shell of the shrimp or lobster, if you have the money for it. Or you can even add other fish meat to it to make it even more having a more like the fish taste. If you got sometimes when some people got the fish bone, because after cutting out filleting a fish, they got the fish bone or whatsoever, they can use the fish bone and put it in the dashi, and it became a seafood broth. I really not. It's not about knowledgeable though. I feel like if a lot of people can call me a dictionary, but I would just say that I only know this because most of the time I watch online cooking, or it's just that when it comes to cooking, I go and research on my own and I learn about it. It just so happened that I know about those. And when you put it into practice, actually more like I actually put them into practice so I can remember how it works. If not, I will forget it easily though. I mean, I don't have to cook for my own meal. Most of the time when people ask me, it's like, why do I save a lot of money when it comes to food? And I just say that I prefer to cook my own. It's much cheaper.
Feels great to move your body, right?
And also, I will be doing something. I'm already setting out the classroom to teach everyone how to write and speak hiragana and katakana. So I already set out everything. I'll be creating the video for from next week onward. I live in Kyoto. Yes, I'm living in Kyoto. So I'll be teaching everyone how to speak the basic Japanese hiragana and katakana now. It's more like I will be creating short video of them though. Don't really want to teach everyone too fast. More like slowly take my time on that. Once I set it out, I even asked my sister to create a classroom, you know. My sister had created a classroom for me already. A whiteboard, a blackboard or whiteboard though. It depends on how you guys look at it.
Drop your hips.
So once I already got the picture sneak peek into my Twitter account. So if you really want to take a look at the classroom, you can just go to my Twitter account if the picture is there in the media area. But the video wise, how am I going to create it will be a different story. I need to think of how to make it interesting. If it's not interesting, everyone will be like, what the hell am I teaching? So I need to think of how to make it more interesting now. You have a Gatsby store in Japan? Yes, it's near to Kiyomizu Terra, the Kiyomizu Temple, and I always walk past there because I need to go to my part time, so I have to walk past there. So I know where the place is. It's at near to the temple. But technically, not you don't need to go all the way out, but it's somewhere there. There's also a sub studio if I'm not wrong though. It's just that the store in near to the Kiyomizu Terra is more like they sell the goods like the soft Gucci doll, the doll, the puzzle. I even find some keychain there. I mean, and there is one big Totoro doll there that they display for to take photo with.
You did it!
And every time I see a lot of people taking photo together with the doll.
Select a skill and attack.
If you want, I think I can take a. Oh my goodness, I can only use specific skill. No wonder. I was wondering what the hell happened. Oh dear. Well, in any way, I mean,
Overhead press.
I can take a photo of it later on. I can
Okay,
take a photo of the
let's
shop
go.
later on once I go.
Sure not to
Once I everything is back.
Alright!
I mean, if I'm not wrong, normally I should be able to get released from my work right before the shop close anyway.
Stand.
And even if I don't take it today, there's still tomorrow. I'm going for my part time today and tomorrow.
Hooray!
So today and tomorrow I need to make sure that I burn at least 200 carry minimum. And then I need to go for my part time already.
Well done.
Yeah, I will take it and I'll send it. Do you need me to send it through your DM so that you can take a look later on?
Yes! Yes! Wonderful! Great! Amazing!
Alright, then I will send it on DM. Then.
Okay! Amazing!
It'll be much easier that way. Because if I'm using my iPhone 11, although it's not the 12 or 13, but I'm pretty sure iPhone 11 camera still take the best.
Nice!
It's still pretty sharp when you take photo. So I guess I guess it should be fine.
Fantastic! Okay!
Oh, by the way,
Shot!
almost forgot. How was the singing? I believe you've been busy with your singing, right? Because
Awesome!
your sound was singing for quite a while though.
Great! Nice!
I mean, our timeline is so different to the point I'm not even sure when
Nicely done!
when is the time when I need to go to your podcast. It's like I can't even wake up early in the morning. Oh my, like way too early.
Amazing!
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You didn't stream today, Sonovi. The only thing is that I need to make sure that whether I can wake up early in the morning.
Great! Yes! Yes!
I need to learn to wake up way more earlier though.
Great!
Then I don't need to worry about doing exercise in the morning.
Keep it up! Fine
Like
work!
seriously, when it comes to different timeline from different country, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Excellent!
Like sometimes when one of my friends told me that in Singapore it's very hard to follow the timing in
Very nice!
some of the the HoloLive EN stream,
Okay!
and I was like,
You got it!
you can just watch the archive later on, and he was like, no, live and archive is so different. And I was like, oh, okay.
Good! That'll keep you going.
Yeah, it's really very very hard to remember every single timeline. I'm not saying that we need to remember everything. It's just that when it comes to the timeline itself, everyone is living like one side is morning, one side is night. So it's very hard to know what's the perfect timing for both, and especially like for the United States, but for the US, there is the Eastern time and there is the Pacific time, and I was like, when people tell me they are from the USA, and I'll be like, which timeline are you belonging to?
Excellent!
It's because it's like I was told that when one side is in the morning, one side is still at night, and I was like, what? I thought USA you all follow one line, and I was like, oh, one side is in the morning and one side is at night, and I was like, how big is USA for goodness sake?
Okay!
Because from what I know is like the new like there's a New York time and there's also the California time, and I was like, there's so many time in way too many times, and I don't even know what time they are following. So most of the time I just tell them, my Japan time is this. You go and check on your own and tell me whether you can come or not. It's like it's very hard to know all the timing. It's not saying it's a bad thing, because like for my case, I know that for Lalia-san, on my end is like although it's early in the morning, I believe at your side is around 12 or 11 or 12, right? If I'm not wrong. Or is it 1 already?
Fantastic! Yes, yes!
Because based on the timing, all these things is that
Very nice.
it's not that hard to remember everything. It's just that I can't remember the exact timing of every country.
Alright.
Although the one thing I always find is that every country got their own nice signature dish that I like.
Very nice. Keep it up. Alright. Nice.
I'm not sure about Germany dish, but the one thing I always like about Germany is that the chocolate is so nice.
Well done. Great.
Even though I find it funny is that initially when I first learned about French fries was created in Belgium, and I was like, what?
One left.
I seriously, at that time I didn't even know French fries was created in
Press rush.
Belgium. I thought it was from the US. Oh. I should try German food. Yeah, I feel I want to try though. I need to go and find some German food in Japan, Kyoto area or Osaka area.
Keep it up. Strike over and over.
Like seriously, I was told that there is a lot of nice food, and I was like, when I saw one of the breakfast, just the breakfast itself, I was like, that is quite a plentiful breakfast for as a meal. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I didn't expect that as a breakfast though. It's like it actually kind of give me a bit of culture shock.
Apple. You feel it in your
I'm not saying.
stomach.
I mean, I really need to try some of the German food. There's too many nice German food that I've never tried though. I seriously need to go and look at it. Oh my goodness. I need to do a lot of leg exercise today.
Okay, let's move.
This whole exercise really making me do a lot of weird exercise, even though I don't really want to do it. Oh dear.
Great.
Actually, any recommendation of Germany food if I come across?
Awesome.
Any name that I need to take note just in case?
All right. Amazing.
Because if I go to a German restaurant, if I saw the name, I can maybe try those out.
Okay.
Bruno,
Job.
there is
Amazing.
a German pub. Oh yes, I think I remember there is one German pub. Let me take a look. Is it the same place or not?
Good job. Sharp.
Just take your time to on thinking it. I will take a look at the. Is it the same place that I've been walking past sometime?
Neat. Keep it up. Excellent. Awesome. Well done. Fantastic.
Ah, I think I've been there. I've been walking past there once though.
Yes. Yes. Nice.
It's like less than 1 kilometer away from my house actually.
Great. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a restaurant. It was written as a restaurant. Although I'm not sure though. And the menu seemed interesting though.
Yes. Yes. Very nice. That was
They even had a sausage, one big sausage. Oh my goodness. One big sausage, a bit of salad, and one dish of the day and one drink. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Oops. Yeah, I just take a look. I might consider the meal for the day though. Basically, the meal for the day is one big sausage, the salad, a dish of the day, and one glass, and it costs 1,500 yen. I think I can consider going for that to try out, just to try it out. I mean, I almost forgot about German sausage though. I almost forgot about the German sausage because I do.
Select a skill and attack.
Sometimes when I go to the supermarket, they have the German sausage.
Overhead arm spin. Rotate the ring con around.
They have the German sausage. It's just that most of the name I can't even read myself though. Don't let alone you. So even though I read Japanese for a few years, I still unable to pronounce the right name for it. So it's alright. Don't need to worry on that.
Turn. 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 Turn.
It,
Like you're drawing a circle on the
hello
ceiling.
there. Good morning or how's your day?
Turn. Turn.
Right now I'm doing ring fit.
Turn.
Morning. Good morning. How do you sleep well?
Turn. Turn. Halfway there.
Although right now I'm doing ring fit exercise in the morning.
Turn.
So
Turn.
if it sounds weird, apologies.
Turn. 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 Turn.
Oh, one of your acquaintance
Turn.
or one of your followers.
Turn. 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 Turn.
I seriously need to go and try out some German food.
Turn. Turn.
What am I doing?
Turn. Turn.
Ring fit exercise.
Turn. 5 more. Turn. Turn. Turn.
And it's just that
Turn. Flawless.
it's kind of look weird on my end.
Enemy's disoriented. Now's our chance. Push and pull rush.
He always follow me. Like you mentioned, it does not always follow, but at least somehow follow. As long as it's not stalking follow, that will be the worst.
Excellent.
Ah,
Hard.
sorry,
You should
because when there is a rush, the push and pull rush, it's just so fun to do that. The sound. Don't worry, I'm very fine.
Let's select a skill.
I just overdid it a bit. I just overdo it a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, the only thing is that I'm doing ring fit in the morning. I would normally do it in the morning, and later on I need to go for my part time, and I feel like it'll be the one of the time when I have to wash dish, and I just
Very nice.
need to wash a lot of dishes. I mean, I'm working part time in Kyoto,
Well done.
in a Japanese restaurant. The one thing is that a lot of people tend to think that, oh, it's just washing dishes, it should be fine. And I always have to tell them, you try imagining
All
washing dishes for 4 hours straight without stopping.
Great.
Am I a Singaporean? Yes, I'm a Singaporean, although I'm staying in Japan at the moment.
Wonderful. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Shot.
I am staying in Japan at the moment. I can assure you I am fully in Kyoto just to be exact. Although I would just say that I'm more of a Singaporean even though I speak Japanese.
Good job. Excellent.
Was helping in the kitchen in your school for a while.
Fantastic.
It was
Okay,
exhausting, right?
nicely done. Fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah, it was.
All
It
right.
was actually very tiring though. Neighbor? Hmm? Wait. When you say you are a neighbor, what kind of neighbor are you referring to?
Okay.
What kind of neighbor are you referring to in this case? Listen with me. You are helping. You are helping to cook in college.
Amazing.
Well, the funny thing is, I have worked as an assistant chef
Okay.
before the restaurant got shut down. So I know a little bit of cooking style or cooking skill, although I won't call myself a chef. It's just that I know how to cook.
Keep it up.
Actually, learning how to cook is much better, you know.
All right. Yes. Yes.
Because if you learn how to cook, it's actually much cheaper when you can get simple ingredients and then able to cook food easily.
Work. Fantastic. 3. You got it.
Oh, you do work, Gatsby.
Perfect.
I guess I will need to go and take a few nice photos of the.
Keep going.
I feel like I need to go and take a few nice photos of the shop later on then. Yes, there is a store. I'll take a photo of it later on. So that you can enjoy some nice photo looking.
Okay, let's go.
I've been there.
Breathe out.
Wow, my
Close your legs.
the restaurant that I work is nearby there, for goodness sake.
Excellent.
If you are referring to the one that is in the near to Kiyomitsu Terra or the Kiyomitsu
Very
Temple,
nice. Fantastic.
it's not like I've not been there. It's more like I always pass there.
Excellent. Great.
Always pass that shop, so I know about it.
Neat. Nicely done.
I guess I need to exercise a bit faster and my stream a bit earlier, and then once I reach the 200 mark, the 200 calorie mark on this ring fit,
Neat.
I need to go for my part time, and before that take a few photos.
Excellent.
Or maybe hopefully after part time the shop is still open and I can take a few photos afterwards.
Yes.
Do you guys? Oh, by the way, do you guys know about the Kyoto Starbucks?
All right.
The Kyoto Starbucks, the one where they got one Kyoto shop, one Kyoto Starbucks shop. They rebuilt the whole traditional building, and it's the only Starbucks in the whole of Japan that it had a simple looking Japanese themed style of Starbucks.
Great.
So it's like the right,
Done.
and it's also pretty near to the store that I mentioned. It's pretty near to the Gatsby store. It's basically the same street, and I always walk past both of them.
Amazing.
I know about I always have to walk past the two shop
Let's pick up the pace.
to go to the restaurant that I work at.
Okay. Well done.
So I know about the both of them.
Nice. 10 more.
Kyoto is so
Great.
beautiful. Yes, the one thing is that Kyoto is beautiful,
Excellent.
and there are a lot of people with many misconceptions about Kyoto.
Five more.
Like sometimes if you go and check online, you check some people saying that why Japanese people hate Kyoto, or how about why living in Kyoto is very hard, or some people being unkind. It's like there is a lot of people with misconception. It's not wrong, but I always tell them that it's just that they are slightly in the higher percentage than other provinces. But I have come a lot of my neighbors here are very nice.
Sure to stay
A lot of my neighbors are very nice and kind, so I don't think it's I don't feel like some of the way they say it about the Kyoto people is justified, but at the same time I'm not denying it. It's just that I keep hearing a lot of people is that,
For more force. Okay. Keep it up.
but definitely the traditional one.
Yes.
Okay, Two-Face is definitely true. I have to say it out first. The Two-Face, right, is very very true for most of them.
Fantastic.
Many Kyoto people I come across got a bit of Two-Face, but it's only like out of 10 people, like 4 of them, 4 to 5 of them are Two-Face.
Sharp.
So the percentage of two-faced people in Kyoto is pretty high.
Fantastic!
But that doesn't mean that the other half of people are double-faced. It's just that the reason why they are called double-faced or two-faced is just that the way they showed it, they don't really want to show it. Sometimes the two-faced is actually justified, as in the way you do not want to tell a person the harsh truth, or don't really want. So it's kind of depend on the situation. Let's just for example like,
Your sweat is so shiny
あなたの
and
受
beautiful.
け時計は綺麗ですよね。It's like basically what it mean. Your wish watch is very very pretty. And when they say that, it got a double meaning to it. Meaning to say that it can either say that your wish watch is really nice, which is not common in other places. But in Kyoto, if the person is a Kyoto, born in Kyoto, raised in Kyoto, and is a Kyoto person, what the word mean is, it's time already, you talk too much. It's just that simple. So in a sense is that it depends on the person who said it. I always tell everyone, it's always depend on the person who said it. It doesn't mean that everyone is that bad. Some people really like your visual and they will show it. You have to see their expression. If the way they said it is like they really want to look at your wristwatch, you can show it to them. It means that they really mean your wristwatch is nice. But at the same time, some people who said it and get away from you, it means that they want to get some distance, they need to go for something else, or they need to. It's just like it's not. They're not telling you that I need to go. They just telling you indirectly. So it's kind of that kind of two-faced.
Overhead arm spin.
So it's not. It's kind of depending on how people read them. And I always tell a lot of people is that if they can't read a person's mind, then they might hate Kyoto people. So it kind of depends because it actually in Kyoto a lot of people are more on the higher age people, older generation people. I would say that. And in a sense that even though I call them traditional, that doesn't mean that all of them are traditional. Like in the restaurant that I work is a tradition. Actually, the restaurant that I work at is not a modern Japanese restaurant. It's actually a traditional restaurant. And the food they serve, which I was told is recipe from long past. And I was like, what?
Halfway there.
And they even told me that one of the food that one of the ingredients they serve, if the customer doesn't like it, they also can't say anything. And even though when they try it, right, when the chef try it, when the boss try it, when the manager try it, they all don't even like it. And I was like, yeah, you serve it. And I was told that yeah, it's part of their tradition. They can't break the chain. And I was like, oh, naruhodo na. So that doesn't mean that everyone is that. I mean, everyone still use. Everyone's got their traditional way of thinking, but at the same time, it depends on the situation. That doesn't mean they don't want to break from the chain of tradition. It's just that it depends on which people you are looking into tradition. It's just that they want to preserve the tradition, and it depends on the situation. And because if they don't remove the tradition, they will actually make it like breaking the tradition that their family have been staying in the business for so long, and it will be a problematic in the long run. Sorry, there was a rush in the moment, so I have to say speak and doing that at the same time. That's the reason why the previous one I made was annoying instead of talking. Because if I thought that I would really be making that voice. Welcome back.
Select a skill and a
Oh dear, let's see. Overhead squat. Prank. No prank. Okay. Russian twitch. Your friend, your phone died. Is your phone revived already?
twist. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left,
Yeah.
right, left,
Which movie do you watch? The Gatsby movie.
right, left.
Actually, which one is your favorite though? If anyone asks me Gatsby movie which one is my favorite, I always say My Neighbor Totoro. Like that is the most classic and the most the first one that I watched when I learned about USP. How moving castle. Oh, how moving castle is also nice though. There's also one called the Spirit Away, right? How move? I feel like the one I like was the My Neighbor Totoro as a young child though. Because it was a night in fantasy imagination moment. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Another one of like my favorite is the what was the one that they based on the Little Mermaid? There was one that is based on the Little Mermaid, right? Ponyo? Was he called Ponyo?
Overhead squat. Okay, let's move. This will focus on working your legs. Nice.
You also like Mononoke Hime. Oh, the Hime is nice though.
Great. Perfect.
One of my favorite, another one of my favorite. I think was it called Spirit Away? The one where
Excellent.
the young girl trying to save his family, and now because the family turned into pigs.
Bam.
Definitely one of the classic is the How Moving Castle. My Neighbor Totoro is the one that got me into it though.
Very nice.
The one that I start watching USP from then on was actually the when I first watched was the My Neighbor Totoro. And my parents will know about the direct all the work done by the director, or more like the animator, the one who draw the whole damn thing.
Good job. Nicely
It's not
done.
lying your name because of How Moving Castle. Oh, Naruhodo no. You're Indonesian, that's why you call it. Ah, that kind of neighbor ka. Naruhodo no.
Yes. Yes.
Well, technically we are, even though you are called neighbor, it's like one little dot with one big country though. I mean, looking at this, I mean, in Singapore, it's a well-known thing that Singapore was called a little red dot by the president of Indonesia once. There was one time when I know a lot of Indonesian people might not know it, but the president of Indonesia doesn't really have good impression of Singapore from what I know. To the point that he actually called Singapore the little red dot, and because of that, Singapore is also well known as the little red dot now.
Fine work.
You hate to say that, fair. Yeah, I can understand. Actually, Singaporeans understand about the issue in Indonesia though. The one funny thing is that I don't really like to talk about politics in my podcast, but let's just say that we don't hate Indonesian people. We just don't like the government of Indonesia. That's all I can say.
Excellent. Awesome.
It's just that the way he phrased us, we don't really hate Indonesian people. I mean, we do love Indonesian food and the culture there.
Neat.
Your first president was really dominant. Let's not talk about politics for now.
Correct. Challenge.
You're gonna go, okay, make sure to have a good night rest afterwards, okay? You're a political snap.
Come on.
Ah. Let's try not to go into that route for now. Ah.
You got it.
I mean, when it comes to history, right? Singapore and Indonesia is not that far from each other, you know. So in the sense that I don't hate Indonesia. I even have a few Indonesian friends.
Great.
It's just that sometimes when I heard from them the way they don't even like their own country government, I was like find it a bit of shock though.
Correct.
It was fun to learn.
Fine work.
Yeah, definitely it's actually good to learn some history of each country though.
Five more.
To understand the reason why their current state is at.
Yes. Yes. 3. Well done.
It's a bit rough.
Okay. 1 left. Nice. Flawless.
Yeah, actually, I feel like that is around. If as long as we don't talk way beyond,
Knee lift front.
it's actually considered safe in my from how I look at it though. But we just don't talk too much about. As long as it's on the, as long as we are talk on the grey line area, the grey area. Yeah, I think it actually should be fine. But let's try. The only thing is that I'm afraid is that if I talk about too much about the politics of a country, I can't go to that country.
Excellent. Avant.
That's actually pretty nice though. You don't find those sort of people easily. Because everyone got their own preference. And the one thing that I hate the most is people who are arrogant or ignorance to be exact, ignorance of the country politics. It's like everyone should learn a bit of history.
Okay.
Because from what I know is that
Tilt
in
forward.
Malaysia too,
In on the recon.
the ruined village doesn't know too much on the politics,
Well done. Nicely done.
the culture in politics. Oh, there's also
Alright.
there's a culture in politics.
Very nice.
Wow, I didn't know there was. I wasn't aware there was such thing called culture in politics.
Okay.
I was 28 years old when I learned about it.
Good.
It's just that from what I know is that sometimes there is reason for their action,
Fantastic.
how they vote, how they act. Yeah, the one that how they act is the one that made me
Awesome.
frustrated most of the time though. The one thing it's very common in many countries, not just in Indonesia but also in Singapore. Input and output system. Okay, the one thing is that it's like how to say it. They always I believe a lot of people have this understanding about politics is that
Very
when it
nice.
comes to politics, everyone will be like, they say they promise this, but they did not enact on it. And I always told people that it depends on how many votes they can get, but at the same time, it's not that they can't do it. It's just that sometimes there is reason that force them not to do it. And because of that,
Nicely done.
if you go through the main definition, yeah, I mean,
Perfect.
it's true for any country anyway.
Fine work. Amazing. Great.
Well, the
Excellent.
only thing is that sometimes the reason why I don't really like to talk about politics on my podcast,
Fantastic.
it's not that I hate the politics stuff. It's just that there are many frustrations when it comes to politics, and it doesn't really only appear on
Fantastic.
Singapore and Japan or Indonesia or Malaysia or any other country like Thailand, USA, all these things. It's that I always tell everyone, no matter what the politics in that country
Keep
happen,
it up.
the first thing to suffer is not the government but the people of that country.
Excellent.
And then secondly, it will affect the economy,
Okay.
and then you affect the country that invests in that country.
Good.
So in a sense is that the one thing a lot of people keep asking me why do I don't really like to talk about politics is that because the one thing is that
Alright.
no matter what happens, it's always the people of the country suffering. And personally as a person, I do not like that.
Nice. 5 more. Okay. All right. 3.
Yeah, that is the same thought as I think though. That's
Okay.
basically what I thought.
Excellent.
Because in the sense is that it's all
Feel it in your stomach when you breathe out.
the rule and definition and justice, all the thing is it's actually a double-edged sword. A good person who use it will benefit the whole country, but a person who with a bad meddling or bad intention, then the whole thing will get into a bad situation. That's why I personally do not like most of the stuff, but even if I say it that way, it's not like I can. It's not like I'm got the strength to stop anyone from not doing it though.
High press.
I mean, there is okay. I mean, I have spoken to a few politic people in Japan as well in Singapore, and even when I sometimes when a lot of people every time when I the one thing that I always found out that
Okay, let's move.
the one thing I always found out is
Careful
that
not to drop the ring
when it
phone.
comes to politics, you need to have one idea about what we call predicting the future. You need to predict the future
That one's down.
to understand what kind of
Half
what kind of thing that might happen in the past. And I even predicted what happened if the country do not take strong stand in the coronavirus.
Squeeze.
I've been told a lot of people that they need to have a strong stand when it comes to coronavirus, and no one give a damn about it. And when coronavirus break out in a bad way, everyone is like,
Excellent.
everyone blame the government, and I was like, everyone already got a way to prevent that from happening. It's just that everyone don't listen, and the government don't even want to come up with the corrective
Good for working
the
us
corrective
hard.
measurement for it, and
Very
the
nice.
thing get out of hand, and then they start blaming everyone. They're trying to find scapegoat.
Awesome.
So in the sense is that
Neat.
as a person who, I mean in Singapore we have to work in the ministry,
Amazing.
or more like I have to work in the army in the past. I do not go out field and I don't hold a rifle as my weapon. I hold a pen as my weapon. So basically I work in the office.
Great.
I work in the office of those sort of things. So I know how things work.
Great. All right.
And the one thing is that most of the time when people tell me pen is stronger as than sword, yes, I agree on that. Because when it comes to any government, one thing I always tell everyone is that
Fine work.
it's not about how you hold a weapon, it's how you use the weapon.
Fantastic. Amazing.
And it depends on each individual country.
Great.
It depends on each individual country. And also in a sense is that
Well
being
done.
able to think about the future is what make a politics better. And even when they know something is going to happen and not act on it,
Excellent.
then I don't think they are suitable for politics.
Great.
Because a true politic people should know how to read the future as well as making sure the life of the citizen it lives on its own country.
Sharp.
But at the same time I can understand why they have to do some of the stuff.
Good job.
So I can't really blame them fully. Because in a sense that some good people have limited power
Fantastic.
and sometimes they are being held back by the system itself. So when people ask me about politics, I always tell them that it's very hard to talk about it,
Neat.
but at the same time I don't really like to talk about it. It's not that I hate it, it's just that, like I mentioned earlier,
Let's keep
it's
going.
very hard to draw the line.
Fantastic.
When is it safe to talk and when is it considered good or whatsoever. It's really hard to talk about it. And like you mentioned, there is culture. It's just like for me, it's more like how people even look at it.
Very nice. 10 more.
Because
Come on.
if history tells us that it's never if a government with a good country can lead the country for a long year, there will be one people who
Well done.
with bad intention enter the government and misuse the power and cause the country to fall.
One left. Flawless. The enemy's disoriented. Now's our chance. Push and pull rush.
Because no matter what is that there is always, as long as there is good people in this world, there is also bad people in this world. And we already see in public through media, YouTube, Facebook, all these countries, where every country got good people as well as bad people. So Technically, it's the same though, no matter how you look at it. And that's the reason why it depends on the situation and place.
Guard.
Oh my goodness.
Feel it in your
That's the reason why when I do rush, I don't really have to talk. Yeah.
Careful, you don't have many hearts left.
Actually, news sometimes I can understand some of the like news right when why we can't deny the news. I always tell people you can't deny the news. But the one thing you can't deny is that whatever happened happens. Because once something happens, it's definitely straight into the history book. Because it's a recorded thing, it's a fact. It's something that happened already. No one can deny it. I'm gonna die. Oh my goodness. The buyer's not even. Definitely that is true. The buyer can be a huge problem though. Oh dear. Drink. Alright, drink this.
Careful, you don't have many hearts left.
Alright, let's do end it with the spot. Hydrate first, don't worry. I hydrate in the game.
Okay, let's
I
go.
hydrated in the game already.
Legs as you Good job. Fantastic.
The lack of information.
Okay.
Actually, the one thing like I really have to agree is the information is one thing. Because when it comes to information, I feel like everyone should have the right information.
Nice.
But considering in this world, there is, as much as there is, I hate to say it, there is way too many information. Because sometimes lie can become the truth and truth can become a lie. I go by that principle actually. A lie can become a truth and the truth can become a lie.
All right.
That's the reason why I say that. A truth can become a lie and a lie can become a truth. That's the reason why I say that word. It's not about media being relevant or not. It's by that principle. Because there is, like I say, there is way too many information. If I have to put it in a definite way, there is also too many misinformation. But at the same time, we can't deny their system.
Perfect.
Because in a way, I go by another principle. When there is smoke, there is fire.
Good job. Keep it up.
So in a sense, is that
Well done.
knowing the root of the information can help us understand a lot of
Fine
stuff.
work. Excellent.
And sometimes breaking through the face of the lie can help a lot of people to understand the true meaning of the truth. It's just that.
Yes. Yes.
But one thing I always tell everyone, even though I hate it, is that even I myself, everyone is stupid. I go by this another idea is that everyone is stupid like me. Because we believe the lie and deny the truth. So I always tell everyone, we are all stupid.
Very nice. Nicely
It's
done.
like I told everyone one thing that everyone don't like to listen. You got to, when it comes to voting,
Excellent.
they give you two choice. A lot of people choose the choice that they like, and when they ask me what choice I choose, I say I'm just choosing two of the worst. I'm just looking at which one is the worst, and I will vote for the better one.
Well
Because no matter who they vote, the end result is the same no matter what.
Great.
It's just that they just give you two choice and let you think that you got two choice, but in fact there is only one choice. It always leads to the same choice, the same result, the same goal. Everything is the same.
Yes.
So
Wonderful.
in the end, it doesn't like. There is one song that go.
Increase
In
your
the
pace.
end, it doesn't even matter.
Great. You got it. Okay.
Alright, I finally reached the 200 calorie, but
Yes.
after this walk, boss fight, I will end.
Well done.
Ugh.
Great.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. Oh my goodness me.
Tough one.
That was quite a workout. Whew.
Drop your hips.
Drop my head.
Stood
Wow.
to
That's,
me.
that's it for the day. I also need to start preparing for my part-time because my part-time start at 12. So I only got like 30 minutes to cool down and take a shower. Oh my goodness me. Alright, time to do the... That was an energetic exercise. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know how to do all that. Alright. My goodness me. Homo mini. Naruhodo no. I didn't know there was a term for it. Homo no mini. So that then I know about that word already. I was like, what? I didn't know there was something called Homo mini. Homo more mini, that I know about it already. Yeah, that I mean everyone got the same right. It's like based on the word, everyone is equal. But at the same time, how can we even think that everyone is equal when it's like there is already a line drawn in every stage? There's already a line drawn at every
Let's
stage,
begin our
at every
static
country.
stretching. You won't need
There
the
is
ring
already
on.
what we call the rich people
Be
and the
mindful
poor
of your
people.
body and stretch within the range
There is
of your
the
ability.
people who
Use your right hand
are at
to
the
pull
top
back
and
the
people who is
fingers
at
of
the
your left
bottom.
hand. While arching back your left wrist, stretch your left arm forward.
That's why there are war and violence. True, that is definitely true. Actually, more like to me, right?
Now do the same on
When
the
people
opposite
told me
side.
about the Russia and the Ukrainians war, I always tell
Take care
everyone one
not to
thing is
bend
that
the elbow of the arm
they
you're
should not
extending.
step in too much into it. The one thing that I would tell everyone,
Bring
don't
yourself
step
back
into it.
slowly.
Don't go and research on it. Don't understand
Raise
it.
both arms
Let the
and pull
because the one
down
thing I
your
tell
left
everyone,
elbow.
the result is what
Stretch your
matters.
upper arm
It's not that
by pulling your
I hate the
elbow
war
downward.
personally, but I tell everyone, just let the government handle it. Whoever want to volunteer to help them, support them.
Now
But
do the same
to
on
me,
the
I don't.
opposite side.
I'm not a person who will take any side, but I'm more like a neutral side.
Be careful not to let your head fall forward.
Because no matter what happens, it's always the end result that matter. Because I tell everyone, once you know the reason why I say
Bring
the end
yourself
result
back
matters
slowly.
because no matter what happens,
Join your hands
at
together
the end
in front
is
of you.
what caused the
With
world
your
to change.
palms
It's
facing
not
out,
always the war
stretch
that
out
changes.
your back.
And true, I mean never go and study or don't touch it because it's not something we are all
Bring
supposed to be
yourself back
knowing.
slowly. Put Put your right leg forward.
Because it's
and put
something
your
that
hands on your hips. Bend your right
the
knee
we
and
should,
stretch
the only
out
thing
your
is that
left
I
quad.
mentioned we should predict the future. And I already know what might happen in the future. But at the same time, I will tell everyone there is
Now
few
switch legs.
options that the world can turn out. I know there is a few
Stretch
options the world
slowly
might turn
and
out,
do your best
but
not
at the
to
same
bounce.
time, there is a lot of factors that on each country might turn to do. So like I told everyone, it's like it's very hard to talk when it comes to politics because we do not know which country we will act.
Bring yourself back slowly.
We do. The one thing is I told everyone, we do not know which country we will act.
Widen
Not
your
just Russia or
stance,
Ukraine. It's
Place your hands
which
on
country
your
will
knees
do
and drop
whatever.
your hips.
Like,
Rotate
will
your
Indonesian
left
government do
hip
something or will
and
Singapore
extend your
government do
left
something?
hip
It's
joint.
really hard to predict those. That's why I told everyone, look after your country, see what they will do, then think about it, and then don't
Return
think
to
about it
facing
again.
forward.
Because at the end,
Now stretch
end
your
result
right
is what
hip joint
matters.
too.
and it's up to the government to predict
Be
those
sure
things.
not to let your knees
It's not our
bend
job. I
inward.
told everyone, it's not our job to think about those things. We can only support. We can't like
Bring
go up there
yourself
and go
back
into the war.
slowly.
Unless you are a person who don't mind throwing your life, then by all means go ahead.
And your stretching is complete. Good job.
And it's really hard to know about those sort of things. So like for me, I'm more like concentrating on doing my own stream. So I will tell everyone, the reason why I don't really like to talk about politics is because it's really harsh. It's a really harsh truth. It made Indonesia being difficult. Yes, it's definitely true. When it comes to politics, it's always make a person in a very bad situation. And it's always never a good thing. Okay, what does blood pressure, the tip for the day. What does blood pressure represent? How hard your blood push on your alternatives. Your blood pressure reading consists of two numbers. The first number is the pressure your heart beat and the blood is at the maximum pressure. The second number is your heart is resting between beat and the blood is at minimum pressure. A normal blood pressure reading for an adult is between 120/80 and 90/60. I guess I got high blood pressure then. Because one thing is that I was told that no, I was reading the tip from the Ring Fit. So basically, from what I know is that for blood pressure, they always take a look at the highest reading. Because the worst one is the one that from my family doctor is like if I got 130 heartbeat reading in the heartbeat, it's considered high blood pressure. In regard is that the it's not wrong though. When your heart is pumping, the faster one is the one that is pump. It's like you opening a tap water. Let's just say that your heart is like a tap water. So basically, what happened is that your heart is pumping the water to whole of your body. The water pressure at the start, like when you open the tap water, at the start is always the highest because it's blasting the water out. But at the end result, when it pass through the water, when it go down the drain, the water is at the minimum pressure because the blood pressure is already gone, had lose all the power already. So in a sense, the reason why there is a high reading and a low reading in the blood pressure is that the higher reading is the part where the heart pumping the blood through the whole body, and the minimum is when the blood had already passed through the whole body. You need to go now. Yes, I also need to end my stream now. I need to go and prepare for my part-time already. So everyone who are watching this in the morning, have a good day. And everyone who are watching this at night time, have a good night rest. We'll talk again at the next stream. Tonight I'll be playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land at around Japan timing 9 p.m. So I'll be doing that stream later on at night. For now, I will need to go for my part-time. So everyone have a good day or night. Bye. Also, thanks for the follow.